How's it going, everyone? This is Mike, also known as Gray 1951. And some of you might be wondering, you might be, why am I sitting here with a white sheet over my head? Have I gone to the great beyond, or have I joined a terrorist organization? No, actually, I'm here to talk to you about a new film called A Ghost Story, in which the main character, played by Casey Affleck, spends most of the film walking around with a white sheet over his head. Okay? He is the ghost of the title. So I thought I would put some authenticity into my little commentary here and just talk to you about this movie. I saw it yesterday, absolutely loved it, and I want to give it my highest recommendation. So I'm burning up here. Let me get on with this. The movie is written and directed by a man named David Lowery, whom I know nothing else about. The co-star with Casey Affleck is a young actress named, let's see, what is her name? Rooney Mara, which is she's a very good actress, but I don't know anything else about her, and probably a lot of you are more familiar with her. Anyway, the film is about a young married couple. I'm assuming they're married. They are not given names in the film. They are given initials. The husband is played by Casey. Well, I didn't do a good job with these eye slits, but I'm doing the best I can here, and I hope you can hear me. Ah! Anyway, the husband is identified by the letter C, and the wife is identified by the letter N. So we see a little bit of these people's lives. They are a couple who loves each other very much, not without their conflicts. They live in this sort of a rundown ranch house somewhere out in the wilds of Texas, and we don't see a lot. The movie is not big on plot and dialogue, and it's just sort of, we get a glimpse into their lives. And the man is a struggling musician, and one reason why he likes living in this house is because when they rented it, it came with a piano, a free piano. And the wife would like to move on and go somewhere else. He is kind of attached to this house and he wants to stay. So that's a little conflict in their relationship, but they are a very close, very loving couple. But as we see in some of the preceding scenes, they are packing up to move. Well, while all this is going on, the husband, played by Casey, is killed in a car accident very suddenly, and it happens very close to the house. So we see the wife going into the morgue to identify her husband's body. And she's in this room with the husband's body on a gurney covered by a white sheet. And the attendant pulls the sheet back so the wife can see the husband. And the wife says, "Can I have a few minutes alone?" And the attendant says, "Fine, I'll be outside." So the wife stands there in silence for several minutes and looks at the body. And then she pulls the sheet back over her husband and she leaves. Now the camera has been stationary this entire time, and after the wife leaves, the camera stays where it is, and we just look at the body covered by the white sheet lying on the gurney. And all of a sudden, after several minutes, Casey Affleck sits up with the sheet still on him, and there are eye holes so he can see suddenly, and he gets off and he walks away. And so this is his spirit wandering through the world, and he goes back home. I guess that's what ghosts are supposed to do. They go back to where they live, to be around the people that they loved. And I don't want to give anything else away to spoil this for anybody, in case anybody is intrigued enough by all this nonsense to go and see it, because it is a very, very unusual film. Well, unusual doesn't even cut it. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it. And I'd like to read to you a little bit of a review, here we go, by my local film critic and film class instructor, Chuck Kaplinski, who wrote a review in our local newspaper. I won't read all of it to you, but I will read how he basically summed up his feelings about the film, if I can actually see through the stupid sheet. A Ghost Story is not so much a movie you can talk about as feel. Viewers can share their thoughts and frustrations after seeing it, but those affected by it will have trouble genuinely expressing its impact. And then he goes on to say, this is a deeply personal film for Laurie and will be to others as well. Some will be left scratching their heads while some will be deeply moved, but I suspect no one will walk away without a strong opinion of this singular work. So that pretty much describes how I feel. Chuck has better words than I have, but it's beautiful to look at. Now, you might think by the title that it's kind of a horror film, but it's not at all. And yet, some of the imagery is very, very creepy. And it calls to mind for me, I found myself thinking about the movie The Others, starring Nicole Kidman, just a little bit. And I also was thinking about the Japanese film Cairo, also known as Pulse, which has to do with ghosts coming back into the world and contacting the living. And it's very, very good. Now, Casey Affleck, of course, an Academy Award-winning actor, doesn't have a lot to do. Actually, it's not really that much about acting, and it's a very silent movie. There isn't that much dialogue, but it's beautiful to look at. Totally unusual, and again, I give it my highest recommendation, and I can't wait to take the sheet off because I am burning up. Okay. Anyway, so that's my commentary on A Ghost Story, which may be playing at your local theater now. So please, if you have seen this, let me know what you think. And that's it. Thanks for watching, and I am out of here.